Hi, Community Church. This is Sue from the office, and it's Wednesday hymn song. And I've been studying the song that we will be singing on Sunday, and it's God Bless America. A lot of you probably think you know who wrote it and what happened, and let's see what the story is behind it. The story is a simple one verse song, became an overnight hit, and hopefully a song as war was threatened. It's not a patriotic song, said Irving Berlin, said in a 1940 interview, but an expression of gratitude for what his country has done for him and its citizens, of what home really means. Today, many Americans consider God Bless America an unofficial national anthem of the United States. The life of Irving Berlin is a unique American success story. He was born Israel Balin in the Jewish village of Tyumen in the harsh regions of Russia known as Siberia. When he was about 5, an anti-Jewish mob destroyed his family's home, and the Balins set out for America, and they settled in New York's Lower East Side. Irving Berlin's father died when he was 8, and Izzy went to work selling papers to help support his family. As a young teen, he began to sing in saloons, and at some point he taught himself the piano. He began copying the music styles of the day and developed an incredible instinct for creating popular tunes that people loved to sing. A printing error on the publishing piece of sheet music left him with the name Irving Berlin, so that really wasn't his name. And that's what he carried on as he wrote song after song. In 1911, he wrote his first huge dance hit, Alexander's Ragtime Band. After that, Berlin's career took off like a rocket. He wrote stage musicals and film scores and produced hit after hit. Many are still sung today, including White Christmas, Blue Skies, Always, There's No Business Like Show Business, Heat Wave, I gotta keep my love, I got to I've got my love to keep me warm, and God Bless America. When describing his goal as a songwriter, Berlin said, "My ambition is to reach the heart of average Americans, the vast intermediate crew, which is the real soul of the country. My public is real people." Kate Smith, one of the great singers of her day, had asked for a new number for the radio show. The year was 1938, and she was looking for something to mark her 20th anniversary of the end of the Great War, what would later be called World War I. Irving Berlin had his composer's block. He felt the urgency to deliver. He recently returned from Europe, where catastrophe was brewing in Nazi Germany, led by Alfred Hitler, was growing more and more powerful and aggressive and seemed to be preparing for war. But Berlin wasn't focused on writing a great American ready for war song. He wanted to create something to celebrate America as a place to live. And then he remembered he had drafted years ago. He wrote a song years ago and he just stuck it in his old trunk. And he dusted off the 20-year-old manuscript. And of course, it was God Bless America, Land That I Love. In 1918, Sergeant Irving Berlin was stationed at Camp Upton in Yatepack on Long Island, New York. Berlin was already a successful writer, now a draftee, and his commanding officer enlisted him to write a musical revenue for help raise money for a new building. The result was Yip Yip Yankee, a lighthearted musical revived about Army life featuring musical skits and military drills. The show produced one of its hits of World War I, Oh, How I Hate to Get Up in the Morning, a song about soldiers reluctant to answer revelry. The Army's early alarm clock played on a bugle. Berlin had written another song for this play, but had cut it from the show. He thought the lyrics were too sappy, so God Bless America had to sit in his trunk for 2 more years. And now Kate Smith has called. Now Berlin looked over his early work and rapidly began rewriting and revising. He had less than 2 weeks to get ready. Here's how it read in 1918. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her to the right with the light from above. Make her victorious on the land and the foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. Berlin had to change the line to the right with the light from above. The right in politics had come to mean conservative political groups. He wanted a song that brought Americans together, not separated them. And he changed, make her victorious, since it suggested a military conquest rather than a peace song he was shooting for. The result was the most American school kids had learned and memorized from heart. Smith sang that song on that show, Closer, on her live national broadcast that night. Berlin's phone was ringing off the hook. Everyone wanted to know where they got it. And after that, Smith had almost included that song in her weekly show, and it became her trademark. And during her career that spanned 5 decades. She also added a short poem prelude that Berlin had written. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to the land that's free. Let us be grateful for the land so fair as we raise our voices in solemn prayer. So she added that into the song. So storm clouds were indeed gathering over Germany, and less than a year after the God Bless America, Germany's war machine rolled into Poland, and World War II had started. United States didn't join the war, of course, until the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. But as God Bless America grew in popularity, most Americans already feared that it was just a matter of time before the U.S. would be called to fight. During World War II, Berlin toured with his show, This is the Army, to raise money for the U.S. war effort. God Bless America was one of the featured songs. When it came to God Bless America, Irving and Kate Smith put their money where their mouths were. They donated all the royalties from the hit song to the Boys and Girls Scouts of America through God Bless America Foundation. That arrangement is still in effect. After wartime, other wartime songs remain Americans, but the best one around is God Bless America. It reminded them who and what they were fighting for. So it's pretty interesting that this young man had to go to work early. His father passed away. It doesn't say, I couldn't find too much about his education or his background. We knew he was from the Jewish descent. So he knew some of the Bible, because obviously the Jewish Torah was always the first five books of the Bible. So we know that. So we know he had some recollection of a religious thing, but he always believed in God. He always followed God and knew that God had always got him where he had to go. And as you see, as a young child, he had to take over for his dad and help raise money for his family. And God had blessed him with that. God had blessed him with a powerful, unique way of writing things. And even though his name was changed by accident, he continued to say, instead of saying, oh, that's not my name. But I don't know about you. I think Irving Berlin is probably a better name than Israel Berlin, but I don't know. But that was his Jewish name. So when he came back at 8 years old, he took over the head of the household for his family. And he loved to write music, and he loved to write songs, and we know a lot of his songs. And I have to admit, Kate Smith is probably the only one that can really sing that the best. We'll find out on Sunday, won't we? We'll see if Bev can keep up with it and see if we can keep up with it. So that's what God Bless America, the story behind the song. A little different than it's still in the hymnal, but it's a little different than where they followed Christ and how that changed their lives. But we definitely know that he believed in God and that he loved his country and he knew that God would bless and keep us safe. And I ask that every time that God will keep us safe as we go through the day. So I will see you on Sunday, and we will all sing together, God Bless America. In honor of 4th of July, I will not be doing a hymn next week because we're off on Tuesday, and we'll be doing celebrating and remembering why we celebrate the 4th of July and where God has led us to do this. So I know you know the words to this song, so I know when I play it, I will hook it up with Kate Smith because, like I said, she's the only one I know that can really send this home, that she can sing it, and we just get goosebumps. I know about you, but I do. Till we meet again, my friends, may God bless you. Keep you cool. Talk to you soon.